For this quick video review, we're going to be taking a look at Ani-Motion's Werewolf Mask. And with Halloween coming up, I thought this would be a good item to review for you guys. It's just going to be a quick little video showing some of the stuff about the mask, and hopefully you find it informative whether or not you should buy it or not. And to kick things off for this video, I'm going to go ahead and start off with the packaging so you know what to look for and get an idea of what it looks like. The package itself wraps itself around the mask, so it's kind of like a good form-fitted cover for it. It's also a good thing to keep the package after you're done using the mask, because it's going to be a good way to store your mask later on to keep it from damage. In front of the package, there's like a hole here, so you can actually feel the mask, because it has like a foam kind of skin latex feel, whereas the back of the package is indented in, which I think for the reason is because it makes it easier to display them at the store. Inside the package comes an instruction manual that tells you how to use the straps, as well as the foam pieces that helps pad out the mask. You also get 4 foam pieces. They have a sticky side on one side, so they stick to the mask itself. Although the glue on these foam pieces is kind of weak, so you might have to use super glue to get them to hold properly. Now as for the mask, as you can tell, it has a lot of great detail in the sculpt of it, and the paint job that they put onto the face part of itself. The fur on the mask is also a hit and miss. It looks good, but it's kind of cheap as well. I'll kind of tell you a little bit more about the fur later on in the video. The teeth of the mask are made out of a hard plastic, and they are actually kind of sharp. If you open the mouth and stick your fingers onto them, they do pinch a little bit. The gums on the mask are a little bit bright for my taste, but that's just a little bit of a nitpick. Inside of my mask, here's a little bit of a look of it, just so you can get kind of an idea how do you put the foam pads on. Normally you stick one to the top of the head area where your forehead goes, and the other one goes towards like the chin area where your chin has more contact with the bottom of the mask chin. That way it allows it to articulate the mouth. Now when you're wearing the mask, it's best to have something black that covers your mouth area. That way you can't see your mouth when you have the wolf mouth open. And it's also a good idea to have some kind of black makeup around your eyes so it makes it darker. I don't have that, so you can see the flesh showing through the mask eyes. If you do wear the black makeup around your eyes, it does take care of this problem, so it looks all black except for the eye parts. And as you can see here, the reason for wearing a mask or painting your mouth area black, so that you don't see anything of your flesh when the mouth is open. And as you can see, the wider that you open up your mouth, the higher the lips and the mask actually go. And as you can tell, at least for a pretty good effect as well. You can pretty much get the mouth moving all the time when you talk, but it's just that when you talk, you have to have your talk in a way that you open your mouth really wide, and it does get kind of tiring after a while. For me, the mask kind of slips a little bit. I think it's mainly because my nose isn't maybe long enough or something. That's why I have to push the mask back sometimes to get it to fit correctly again. Even with that minor problem, it still has a lift to the lips. Now real quick, let's just go over some of the negatives that comes with this mask. The first negative, as you can see right here, it kind of sheds a lot. This is mainly the clumps I can get. There's still a lot of little smaller fibers that are spread out everywhere. With the mask, it kind of pulls off if you kind of like brush it a little bit or try to adjust it, the fur a little bit with your hand, as well as the velcro strap on the back of the mask also pulls the hair if it happens to catch the back of it. There's also a problem that it pulls the hair through the mask as well, because I'm not sure what kind of fabric it is, the canvas or whatever, but the part of the mask that holds the hair onto it, it allows the hair to be pulled through it as well. And if you're like me, that you wear a mask underneath the wolf mask, you're going to have a lot of shedding onto the mask as well. You can see here, there's a lot of smaller hair fibers on it, as well as bigger chunks. It does get kind of messy because it leaves the mess on your mask, but it also leaves it on your shirt if you're wearing a regular shirt as well. Basically, this mask has a shedding problem. There's also another problem with the hairline of the mask. It's more nitpicking than anything I would guess, but you can see there's a prominent hairline going all the way around the whole plastic rubber part of the mask. From a distance it looks okay, but when you get up close, then it stands out more than it normally does. On the face of the mask and around the ears. Normally the ears look okay because they're more hairy and shaggy. Now trying to demonstrate here, the more that you put onto the mask, more stress you put onto it by opening the mouth wider to get the lips to go up more, the more stress you cause the mask and more chance of messing it up. Showing you here that the mouth is pretty soft and rubbery, so there is more of a chance of messing it up. Some of the key points of the mask being messed up is right here in the corner of the mouth. It tends to end up ripping that area, as well as the other side of the mouth ends up ripping too if you open it up too much. Really, the only way to fix this kind of problem if it does happen to you is super glue. But you have to be careful to make sure you don't put too much glue, because you don't want to glue the rubber part of the mask to the actual plastic. As well as up here in the upper lip, some people have had problems with the upper lip coming disconnected from the metal bar underneath it. Again, super glue fixes that problem. So to me, after all this is said and done, it's kind of hard to say whether or not this is worth the money or not. You can find this at places like Party City or Halloween stores for $34.99. They are kind of expensive, but they are really nice looking and have that nice looking action feature. You're going to have to decide yourself if you think you can handle the problems with it ripping and tearing around the mouth area, as well as the hair loss problem too. And if you do happen to get the rips and tears, super glue will fix it, but to a certain extent. It won't be like perfect. A good way to help avoid those problems is to not overstretch it, because doing that over and over is going to tear the mask. Good storage of this mask is also a good way to help keep it safe from any kind of damage while in storage. Which is also why you want to keep the package that it comes in, because it's like it's built for this mask to hold it, and to keep it safe from getting punctured by anything that might fall on it. I myself personally do like this mask. It's probably one of the best wolf masks I've seen in a long time, because most wolf masks have the basic open mouth snarling kind of look that's always frozen in place. This one gives you more options to have more fun with it. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, found it informative, and helped you decide if you want to get this mask or not. Happy Halloween, and be safe out there.